All right, listeners, get ready for a deep dive.
Into a world.
Yeah, a world brimming with talking rats and pirates.
Sailing.
Yeah, sailing spore-filled seas. And a love story that,
that defies.
yeah, defies a sorceress's grasp.
Exactly.
We are diving into,
Brandon Sandersons.
yeah, Tress of the Emerald Sea.
Oh, this is a good one.
It is. It's a fantasy novel that
It twists the familiar into something wonderfully new.
it really does.
Sanderson is so good at that.
He is.
Like his intricate magic systems and world building.
And this one's no exception, right?
Absolutely not. It's like
He's taken classic fantasy tropes
and
and
injected them with a dose of pure imagination.
yeah. And
Oh, yeah.
I'm already hooked, honestly.
It's so
We've got excerpts from the novel to kind of explore here.
Yeah.
And I'm eager to uncover, like, all the hidden depths of this world.
So let's start.
Yeah, where do we even begin?
Let's begin with Diggins Point.
Okay.
Kind of a smog-choked island ruled by a strict duke. It's a place of confinement where leaving is forbidden.
Oh, so it's like a prison island?
Yeah, kind of, and the only escape route
The only way out.
is across the treacherous Spore Seas.
The Spore Seas. Now
Yeah.
each one sounds more fantastical than the last.
They do, don't they?
So you've got, like, the verdant sea shimmering with, like, relatively safe green spores.
Mm-hmm.
The Crimson Sea with its blood-red spores that erupt into
Yeah,
deadly vines.
Upon touching water.
Upon touching water, that's insane.
I know, crazy.
And then there's
The Midnight Sea.
the Midnight Sea.
This is where things get really interesting.
Ooh, tell me more.
This is a realm of perpetual darkness, shrouded in black spores that blot out the sun.
Oh, wow. So no sunlight ever.
No, and there are these monstrous creatures called Midnight Essence that lurk within.
So it's a place of terror,
Yes.
but also like allure, right?
Yes, definitely a lure.
Because it's so mysterious and unknown.
Exactly.
It's where Charlie ends up,
Oh, yes.
the dupe's son
Mm-hmm.
and Tress's beloved, after being captured by the sorceress.
The sorceress.
Yeah, who is she?
Such a powerful figure.
Really?
Who collects souls as ransom,
Wow.
particularly those of royal lineage.
So Charlie's like a prime target.
Exactly. And her motivations
I was going to ask.
are as mysterious as the Midnight Sea itself.
So we don't really know why she's doing this.
Not really, no.
It just adds a layer of suspense to the whole story.
Totally.
And then there's Tress,
Tress.
our heroine.
Yeah.
She's not your typical warrior princess, right?
Oh,
You find her on this island,
yes.
baking, collecting cups.
Cups of all things.
Yeah, why cups?
Right.
What is that all about?
Well,
It seems like a simple detail.
it does, but it's not.
But it's like, what does it tell us about her?
It hints at a yearning for something beyond.
Oh, like a deeper meaning.
Exactly. Something beyond the confines of her existence.
Okay.
Each cup, perhaps,
Yeah.
represents a story, a world waiting to be discovered.
Oh, that's interesting. So it's not just about the cups themselves.
No, it's about what they represent.
It's like this foreshadowing of her transformation from,
Ordinary girl.
yeah, ordinary girl into something
Seeing short and
far more extraordinary.
yes.
It's like those cups represent a thirst for adventure, right? For
Mhm.
something more than the life that she's been given.
Exactly.
And then her world is shattered when Charlie is captured.
Oh, yeah.
And it's his capture that forces her to,
Confront.
to confront those unspoken desires
Absolutely.
and ultimately take fate into her own hands.
Yes.
Which is really cool.
It is.
Driven by love and a newfound determination.
She devises a daring plan to escape.
It's just like, they got to get out of here.
Yeah, to escape Diggins Point.
But she hides in a barrel,
In a barrel.
hoping to stow away on a ship.
That's crazy.
It is. And brave the Spore Seas in search of Charlie.
That's a risky move.
Yeah, super risky.
But it highlights her resourcefulness
Yeah.
and her unwavering love.
She's like, I don't care what it takes. I'm gonna.
Yeah, exactly.
And she gets help.
From the island community.
The island community helps her.
They do.
Why?
I think they recognize the injustice of Charlie's capture and maybe even see a reflection of,
Their own.
yes, their own yearning for freedom in her actions.
So it's like this collective desire for change
Mm-hmm.
that fuels her escape.
Absolutely.
But it doesn't go quite as planned, does it?
No, it doesn't.
She ends up.
On the cruise song,
Oh, what's that?
a ship crewed by pirates.
A pirate ship.
Yeah.
Wow.
Talk about a twist of fate.
This is amazing. So
Tell me.
tell me about the Crow's song and her crew.
Well, the Crow's Song is a fast,
Oh,
four-masted vessel,
bigger than normal.
larger than the typical ships
Okay.
that navigate the Spore Seas.
And the crew.
The crew is a colorful bunch,
Oh, I bet.
each with their own quirks.
And motivations.
Yes, exactly.
So it's like this crash course in pirate archetypes. Give me like the rundown.
Okay, so we have Captain Crow,
Okay.
the ship's enigmatic and ruthless leader.
Your typical pirate captain, right?
Yes, but harboring a mysterious affliction.
Oh, what is it?
We'll get to that.
Okay, to go.
Okay, then we have Laggart,
Okay.
the ambitious first mate
Mm-hmm.
with a secret agenda.
Ooh. What's he up to?
Well, it involves sabotaging the captain.
Sabotaging the captain. What?
Yeah,
That's crazy.
it is.
Okay, who else?
And there's Fort,
Fort.
the gentle giant who communicates through a magical writing board.
Oh, so he can't talk.
No.
That's interesting.
And then we have Anne, a skilled carpenter with aspirations of becoming a cannon master.
Oh, so she wants to be like the weapons expert.
Yeah. And she's tough, but kinda.
Okay.
And lastly, Soleil,
Okay.
the sharp and insightful helmswoman.
So she's like steering the ship.
Yes, exactly.
Wow.
But she's on a secret quest to find her lost father.
Oh, wow. So everyone has like their own backstory.
Yes, they do.
So Tress has landed herself in a situation
Far more complicated
than she could have ever imagined.
than she ever bargained for.
Yeah, she wanted to rescue her boyfriend, and now she's on a pirate ship
Right.
full of these like crazy characters.
Exactly.
But you said she adapts.
She does.
She's like, bring it on.
She adapts quickly to life aboard the Crow's song.
So she's like one tough cookie,
Yeah, she is.
even though she seems like,
Kind of unassuming.
yeah, and she carves a place for herself.
Among these hardened pirates.
She's not afraid of him.
No.
And it's all because of Charlie.
Yes.
She's doing this all for him.
Driven by love.
It's amazing.
It is.
Like she's thrown headfirst into a world of danger and intrigue,
And she's not backing down.
and she rises to the occasion. It
Yeah.
reminds me of those cups she collects.
Oh, yeah.
It's like each one is holding a new story.
Exactly.
And now she's living one.
She is.
But this story,
It takes a dangerous turn.
uh-oh, what happens?
While she uncovers this hidden threat on board.
What is it?
Rigged cannonballs.
Rigged cannonballs. What do you mean?
It seems Laggart is replacing standard cannonballs.
Oh, so he's like messing with the weapons.
Yes, with ones designed to sink ships without a trace.
Why would he do that?
I know.
That's so messed up.
It is.
Turning them into like dead runners or something.
Sand runner.
It's like, what is Laggart's end game?
Right.
What is he hoping to achieve
Exactly.
by making the Crow Song's voyages?
More.
Yeah, even more dangerous.
Right.
Like they're already sailing through crazy spore seas,
I know.
and now he's messing with the weapons.
That's wild.
It really makes you think
It does.
that there's more to him than meets the eye.
Absolutely.
Like, what's his motive?
Yeah.
It just adds another layer of intrigue to this whole situation.
Yeah, and then there's Captain Crow.
Oh, yeah. What about her affliction?
Well, she's a spore eater.
A spore eater.
Yeah, infected by the deadly vines of the Crimson Sea.
Oh, so she's like slowly being consumed by them.
Yeah, it's a paradox.
How
The
so?
very thing that's killing her is also what's keeping her alive.
So she needs those spores to survive,
In a way, yes.
but they're also killing her.
It's a tricky situation.
It is. And what does the ship's surgeon say?
Ulam.
Yeah, Ulam.
He believes that the crimson spores are connected to a powerful entity.
Oh, wow. So there's like a bigger force at play here.
Residing on the crimson moon.
So it's like this entity is feeding off of Captain Crow's life force.
Exactly.
Wow, so she's caught in this web
Yes.
seeking a cure from a dragon.
But her choices.
Her choices are feeding the very thing.
That's consuming her.
Exactly.
Talk about a rock in a hard place.
I know, right?
So where does Tress fit into all of this?
Well, she's thrust into the position of sprouter.
The sprouter. What's that?
It's the person responsible for handling the ship's dangerous spores.
So she's like the spore expert.
Pretty much, yeah.
Wow, so she's got a lot on her plate.
She does.
I mean, she just wanted to rescue Charlie.
Man,
Now she's in charge of all these dangerous spores.
that's a lot to handle. What kind of spores are we talking about here?
Well, she learns about Zephyr spores
Okay.
for firing the cannons.
Oh, so they use spores for weapons.
Yeah. That's interesting.
Then there are rosite spores
Okay.
for emergency repairs.
So they're like multi-purpose.
Mhm.
That's cool.
And verdant spores that can be cultivated into edible vines.
You can eat them.
Yeah.
Wow, so they're not all bad.
No, not at all.
It's fascinating
It is.
how Sanderson weaves these fantastical elements into the practicalities of life.
Of life aboard a pirate ship?
Yeah.
It's what he does best.
It makes the world feel so real.
It does.
Believable.
Absolutely.
So we have Tress caught in this ticking time bomb
Yes.
with Captain's affliction
Mm-hmm.
and Laggart's schemes.
But it's a lot.
It is. So what happens next?
Well, Tress is burdened by guilt
Oh, why?
over the deaths that Crow is causing.
Because of her bad decisions.
Yes, exactly.
But she's also determined to save.
Both the crew and Charlie.
So she's torn.
Yes,
Yeah.
she is. Between her conscience.
And her love for Charlie.
Exactly.
This leads her to make a very daring decision.
A daring decision. What does she do?
Well, she uses her knowledge of the spores
Okay.
and Crow's affliction
Okay.
to subtly manipulate the captain.
Oh, so she's like playing mind games.
Yeah, she manipulates her into sailing toward the Crimson Sea.
The Crimson Sea. Why?
It's a journey that Crow desires.
But fears.
Yes,
Oh, I see. So she's using that fear against her.
exactly.
That's pretty clever.
Yeah.
So Tress is not just reacting to events anymore.
She's not.
She's actively shaping them,
She's taking control.
using her wits and knowledge to navigate this dangerous world.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
But
But
this is just the beginning.
I bet
This act of manipulation.
sets the stage for
Oh, for a mutiny?
what?
Yeah, a clash of loyalties.
Wow.
And a perilous voyage across the Crimson Sea.
Toward the heart of the Midnight Sea.
Exactly.
Now, this is where things get really interesting. We've only just scratched the surface of this world,
I know.
and I'm already, totally captivated.
It's so good.
It is.
That Crimson Sea.
Oh, I bet.
It's a trial by fire.
Even for seasoned pirates.
Oh, yeah.
I can only imagine.
I mean,
They're facing, violent storms, right?
yes.
The constant threat of those blood-red spores.
Mm-hmm.
And who knows what else is lurking beneath the surface.
Exactly.
It seems like navigating this sea would require more than just skill.
Oh, absolutely.
It's like a touch of madness.
We're not wrong.
You gotta be a little crazy to even attempt it.
There's a certain recklessness required
For sure.
to even attempt a crossing,
Yeah.
and it takes its toll.
Oh, I bet.
We see casualties along the way.
Really?
Yeah.
So not everyone makes it out alive.
No.
It just highlights how fragile life is in this world.
Yeah.
Even for those who seem, larger than life.
Like Captain Crow.
Yeah, like Captain Crow.
Exactly.
It makes you wonder,
Is the risk worth the reward?
is it
It's a question that weighs heavily.
on the crew?
Yes, especially after the mutiny.
Right. Because now they're in charge.
They are.
And they're grappling with
Their past choices.
the consequences of following Crow's leadership,
Mm.
which was ruthless.
Very.
And now the uncertainty of what lies ahead.
It's a lot to process.
It is. And through it all,
Soleil.
Soleil.
She really emerges as a true leader.
Oh, how so?
She guides the ship with expertise.
So she really knows her stuff
She does.
when it comes to sailing.
Yeah, her determination is unwavering.
Even in the face of, that danger,
Especially in the face of danger.
she's fearless.
Pretty much.
So Soleil's
But
character
only shines during this crossing.
gets, her moment to shine.
Yeah, she's not just a skilled helmswoman,
There's more to her.
but a beacon of hope.
For the crew,
Yeah, they look to her.
for guidance.
Yes.
Her strength and resilience are crucial.
In navigating not only the waters,
The treacherous waters,
but also the emotional turmoil.
Oh, the emotional turmoil.
that comes with their shared experience.
Or because they've all been through so much together.
They have.
It's like Sanderson uses the setting of the Crimson Sea,
To reflect
to reflect the internal struggles.
of the characters.
That's interesting.
It is, isn't it?
Because they're not just battling these external forces, right?
Uh-huh.
They're also confronting, their own demons.
Oh, past choices.
The uncertainty of the future.
Exactly.
That's deep.
It is, and this theme of confronting inner turmoil
Yeah.
continues as they reach the most daunting challenge yet.
Which is
The Midnight Sea.
the Midnight Sea.
Yes.
A place shrouded in perpetual darkness,
Mhm.
where even sunlight struggles to penetrate.
It really does.
Sounds terrifying.
It's like something out of a nightmare.
It is. It really is.
It's a place of chilling beauty.
Oh, how so?
The black spores create an oppressive silence.
So it's not just about the darkness.
No,
It's about the silence.
the stillness.
It feels eerie.
And strangely alluring.
It is alluring.
It is.
Because it's so mysterious.
Yeah, you don't know what's lurking there.
Exactly.
It's where Tress decides to
test her abilities.
Her abilities to control...
The midnight essence.
Wait, she wants to control those creatures?
She does.
That sounds incredibly risky.
It is risky.
Especially considering how dangerous they are.
But remember,
Yeah.
she's been learning about the spores,
Right.
experimenting with them.
So she's not just going in blind.
No, she's growing in her understanding
of how they work.
Exactly.
And their potential.
Mm-hmm.
So she's like, I'm going to try to use these to my advantage.
Yes.
But how does she even attempt to control them?
Well, she creates these modified flares that release verdant spores.
Hoping to...
either control or repel the essence.
Oh, so it's like a two-pronged approach.
Yeah, she's not sure what's going to happen.
It's like she's trying to tame the darkness itself.
Mm-hmm.
Using the very thing that makes the Midnight Sea so terrifying. But didn't you mention earlier that...
I bet the sorceress might have anticipated this.
Yeah, like she might have seen this coming.
It seems she's taken precautions.
Oh, no. What kind of precautions?
Tress's initial attempts to control the essence are met with resistance.
So they're not working?
Not really, no.
It's like the creatures are immune to her influence?
Yeah, like they're just ignoring her.
So what happens?
Does she give up?
I don't know, does she?
Well, just when it seems like all hope is lost.
Yeah.
Huck,
the talking rat.
the talking rat, steps in.
But he's just a rat.
No, not really.
I mean, how could he possibly help in a situation like this?
Remember what we learned earlier?
About Huck.
He's more than just a talking rat.
He's a familiar, right?
Yes, magically bound to the sorceress.
Oh, right. I'd almost forgotten about that.
Yeah, it's easy to forget.
But if he's bound to the sorceress...
Doesn't that make him an enemy?
Yeah, I mean, technically...
It's complicated.
I bet.
He's compelled to obey her commands. But there are limitations to this bond.
What kind of limitation?
He can't reveal specific information about her.
Okay.
And he seems to be using those limitations to help Tress.
So he's like working within the rules.
Yeah, kinda.
But still trying to help.
Exactly.
That's clever.
It is.
So how does he help in this situation?
He uses his connection to the sorceress to grant safe passage for Tress and the essence.
He just lets them through?
Well, not exactly. He uses his connection to kind of manipulate the situation.
Wow, that's a huge risk.
It is.
On his part.
It shows a lot of trust in Tress, and it also reveals his true allegiance.
Right, he's choosing Tress over the sorceress.
It seems that way.
But what if the sorceress finds out?
Yeah, I know, right?
What will happen to him?
It's a good question.
It's a pivotal moment.
It is.
In the story.
Yeah, it underscores the shifting alliances.
And the growing trust.
Between Tress and Huck.
I like that.
It's a good dynamic.
It is. And this allows them to reach their destination.
The sorceress's island.
Finally.
A formidable fortress of silver.
Silver.
Designed to repel spores.
So even the sorceress is afraid of the spores.
In a way, yes.
It's like a double-edged sword, right? They can be used for good or for evil.
Exactly.
A silver fortress.
It sounds beautiful.
And intimidating.
It does, doesn't it?
It really reflects the sorceress's power.
And her paranoia.
Right, because she's gone to great lengths
to protect herself
from any potential threats.
Including the spores.
The very spores that fuel her magic.
It's ironic, isn't it?
It is.
And inside the tower, Tress finally finds Charlie.
He's alive.
He is imprisoned.
But alive.
Yes.
It must be an emotional reunion.
It is.
After all they've been through.
All the trials and tribulations.
But there's a bittersweet undertone to it, right?
Yes,
because
they've both been changed.
By their experiences.
By the challenges they've faced.
Shaped by them.
Exactly.
It's like the question is...
can they bridge the gap?
Between who they were...
and who they've become.
That's a good question.
It is, isn't it?
It's a theme that resonates throughout the story.
This transformative power
of experience.
The inevitability of change.
Yeah, you can't just go back
to the way things were.
Even when you want to.
Exactly.
So what happens next?
Does the sorceress just let them walk away?
I doubt it.
No, she doesn't.
What does she do?
She offers Tress a trade.
A trade?
Charlie's freedom. Two of her most prized cups.
Her cups?
Yeah.
Seriously?
I know, it's a strange request.
It is, especially considering the sorceress's power.
You'd think she'd ask for something more valuable.
Right, like a magical artifact or something.
Exactly.
But it's just 2 cups.
It's peculiar.
It is, and Tress agrees to it.
She does. But why?
Well, her suspicions are confirmed.
What are her suspicions?
When the sorceress reveals her true intention, it wasn't about the cups themselves.
It was about something else.
Yes.
What was it about?
It was about testing Tress.
Gauging her attachment to her old life.
This was a test
It was a test of her transformation.
to see if she'd truly let go.
Exactly.
And what does the sorceress say?
Well, her ultimate goal
Yeah.
is far more ambitious than simply holding Charlie captive.
She wants more.
Oh, she wants much more.
What does she want?
She wants to control the Midnight Essence.
To use them.
To conquer other lands.
So she's not just content with ruling this one island.
No, she wants to rule the world.
The rescue mission just got a whole lot bigger.
It did.
It's now a fight against tyranny.
And a quest to prevent the sorceress from unleashing chaos.
Upon the world.
Exactly.
Now the stakes are truly epic.
They are.
We've gone from a straightforward love story
To a battle against a power-hungry sorceress.
with the fate of entire lands hanging in the balance.
It's intense.
It is. I'm on the edge of my seat.
Yeah.
Okay, so the sorceress wants to control the Midnight Essence and conquer other lands.
It's a chilling ambition, for sure.
It really changes the scope of the conflict.
Yeah, it's not just about Charlie anymore.
It's about, like, the fate of the entire world.
Exactly. The stakes are much higher now.
And it forces Tress to see the sorceress for who she really is.
A power-hungry tyrant.
We've seen glimpses of her cruelty before.
But this ambition takes it to a whole new level.
It's like a terrifying ruthlessness.
But what's fascinating
Yeah.
is that Sanderson doesn't just make her a one-dimensional villain.
Oh, what do you mean?
He hints at a deeper motivation.
Okay.
She believes that she can bring order to the world.
Through controlling these creatures.
Yeah, through her control of the Midnight Essence.
But that doesn't justify her actions.
No, not at all. But it adds depth to her character.
It makes you question her motives.
Like, does she truly believe she's doing good?
Even as she's causing all this harm?
It's a twisted logic.
It is.
But it speaks to the blurred lines between good and evil.
Which is a recurring theme in Sanderson's work.
Definitely.
He always makes you think.
He challenges you to see things from different perspectives.
To understand that even those who do bad things often believe they're right.
Exactly. It's not always black and white.
It's a powerful message.
Especially in today's world.
Where everything seems so polarized.
So how does this all play out?
Yeah, does Tress just give in to the sorceress's demands?
Tress, she's come too far.
She's not going to back down now.
No way. She's faced too much to give up.
It's like she's found this inner strength.
Exactly. And the confrontation that follows is intense.
I'll bet.
It's a battle of wits and wills.
Between Tress and the sorceress.
Resourcefulness against raw power.
So how does it all go down?
Well, Huck's connection to the sorceress.
Oh, yeah, he's bound to her.
It becomes crucial in the fight.
How so?
He uses his knowledge of her magic
Okay.
and the limitations of his bond to subtly disrupt her plans.
He's working against her from the inside.
He's creating opportunities for Tress and her allies.
That's amazing.
It's a clever twist.
It is.
He's not just a helpless captive.
He's an active participant in the rebellion.
He's using his unique position to undermine the sorceress.
It's like a secret weapon.
In a way, yeah.
And what about the other captives?
The ones the sorceress has been collecting?
Do they play a role?
They do. They join forces with Tress and the crew.
So it's like this whole group of people.
Coming together to fight against tyranny.
That's powerful.
It is. It shows the strength of unity.
But they're still facing the sorceress.
Who commands the power of the Midnight Sea?
So it's not an easy victory.
No, there are sacrifices along the way.
It's a hard-won fight.
But they succeed.
They actually defeat the sorceress.
They outwit her.
And disrupt her control over the Midnight Essence.
And they free the captives.
Including Charlie.
Yes.
So Tress achieved her goal.
She did.
She rescued the man she loves.
But the reunion with Charlie?
Is not what she expected.
It's bittersweet.
Oh, why?
He's been changed by his captivity.
So he's not the same man she knew.
No, he's different.
And Tress has also changed.
They both have.
Through all their experiences.
It's like they're strangers now.
Even though they love each other.
It's a reminder that even when you get what you want,
sometimes it's not how you imagined it would be.
Sometimes the journey changes you.
And Tress is faced with a choice.
What kind of choice?
Does she stay with Charlie?
And try to rebuild their relationship?
With this new version of him?
Or does she embrace the new life she's found?
With the pirates?
A life of adventure and freedom.
It's a tough decision.
It is. It speaks to the novel's central theme.
Which is?
The search for true freedom.
Not just physical freedom.
But freedom of the soul.
Freedom to be yourself.
Exactly.
And what does Tress choose?
She chooses to stay with the Crow Song.
She becomes a pirate.
She embraces her role as a captain.
She leaves behind everything she knew.
And sets sail for an uncertain future.
It's a powerful ending.
It is.
both hopeful and heartbreaking,
It's a reminder that true growth requires letting go,
even when it's hard.
and it leaves us wondering
What's next for Tress?
what adventures await her.
It's the mark of a great story,
It stays with you.
long after you finished reading it,
It makes you think.
about your own life, your own choices.
In your own search for freedom.
Sanderson did it again.
He created a world that's both fantastical and relatable.
Tress of the Emerald Sea is more than just a fantasy adventure,
It's a tale of self-discovery
a meditation on freedom.
and a reminder that even in darkness, hope can prevail.
Well said.
Thank you.
It's been an amazing deep dive.
I agree.
We've explored this unique world, the magic system, the characters.
And the themes.
Sanderson's work always challenges us
To look beyond the surface.
to question our assumptions.
To embrace the power of imagination.
And for you, our listener, we hope this deep dive has sparked your curiosity.
And inspired you to explore the world of Tress of the Emerald Sea.
Until next time, happy reading.